the color, but I left my lover. What an expensive fate.
Hi, welcome to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Lydia, and if you're not new, thank you so much, boo, for coming back to my video today. So in today's video, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be teaching you, if you may be a beginner out there, how to do your makeup from start to finish. I'm going to ensure it's as in-depth as possible so you can actually play this video and try to do your makeup if that's something you have difficulty with still. So if that sounds like something you like to watch, you don't really even have to be a beginner. You could be a pro and still learn something from this video. So please keep on watching either way. Give me a thumbs up if you end up enjoying the video. It really does help my videos and my channel a lot. And also consider subscribing so you do not miss future uploads from me as well. Without further much talking, let's get into the video. So I'm going to try as much as possible to use affordable products for the most part of this video. So as a beginner, you may not be able to do your brows after foundation like I usually do. So we're going to do that before. You need to set your brows, and I'm going to be using the Davis brow pencil. You can use any brow pencil, to be honest. This one is the cheapest and I decided to use it because it works too. So, and I'm using this powder from Flawless IV. They're a Nigerian brand. I'm just going to go ahead and set my eyebrows with this. The purpose of this is so that this everyday makeup that we're doing now, your brows don't get oily. They last for you all day. So that's why you're doing that. Sorry guys, it's beginning to rain, so you might not be able to hear me clearly. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm going to go ahead and just sketch my brows. If you're a beginner, this should take you a bit more time, but the goal is just to take your time, guys. Like, don't be in a hurry. You just want to get the most basic sketch for your brows, then gently fill in the tail. Make sure that the tail is the darkest part of your brows, or depending on what kind of brow you're going for, but at least your tail should be your darkest. Then you fade into the front part. I'm just going to use my spoolie brush to kind of help me do that even better. This is called a spoolie brush, spoolie, S-P-O-O-L-I-E, and it's for brushing the product into your eyebrow hair while doing it, like doing your eyebrows. So now that we have that filled in, I'm going to go ahead and do the second side. I want my brow to look a bit more like natural in the front and faded a bit. So I'm going in with this thing. It's a brow pomade from Blot, and I'm just going to use that to brush onto my eyebrows. You can even use a bit of concealer if you don't have this, a lighter concealer shade, and I feel like this just makes the eyebrow a lot like natural looking. So you can see this side compared to this side. So at this stage, if you haven't caught up, please, at any point that you haven't caught up, feel free to pause the video. Don't feel like you have to rush to meet up, because I have to definitely cut off some parts to make sure that this video is not too long. That doesn't mean that you should rush to do your makeup. So next up is concealing the brows. For that, I'm using LA Girl Fun, and for this step you just want to take your time and just define the eyebrows. Just define the lower part, leave the upper part for now, because you do not need a light concealer on top of there. It doesn't need to be highlighted like this part, so leave that side bare for now. So I'm going to extend this concealer to our eyelids, because I'm going to use it as our eyeshadow base. Since we are doing an everyday look, we don't need something I don't need to apply something like the P. Louise base that is too pigmented to make the eyeshadow we'll be using too pigmented. So I'm going to just go ahead and blend that out. With this, you want to blend out with a beauty blender. That's the easiest way you can get an even base all around your eyes. So I'm just going to repeat this same process on this eye. If you're a beginner, this is something I want to show you that can help you if you have issues with your eyebrows starting at the same point. Bring out the line, extend the line of concealer until when they meet at this kind of V here. That kind of helps you to make sure you're angling your eyebrows at the same point. And then once you get there, you have to blend it out. Please don't be caught walking around with a unibrow. That's not cute. So for the eyes, we're barely doing anything on it, but I'm going to be using my palette with DK Cosmetics, the Lhidhia Stanley palette. I'm going to go ahead and use umber. I'll just lightly wash that in my crease, and then I'll use Isoken a bit too in my crease. I'll mix these two on my lid, white truffle and amber. I just want to very easily just define my crease, and I want to take it into my brow. Get an eyeshadow brush, any eyeshadow brush you have that is for blending, that looks like this. I don't want the eyeshadow to be pigmented, so I didn't use the P. Louise base, and now I'm barely tapping this color because it's an everyday look. Now I'm using the shade umber to blend out that brown I placed. It's just two shades we've used so far. On my lid, I'm taking white truffle. I really hope this tutorial is easy enough for you to follow through to get your everyday glam on point. So I'm going back with that Isoken just to darken out the outer V, to return back definition there. In case you didn't know what the outer V is called, the outer V is this part of the eye, and you know it forms a V here. So just to intensify the crease a little bit, I'm taking this shade called Grayish. For inner corner highlight, this step is optional. So I'm going to be taking the shade Precious. I'm going to be placing that in my inner corner. Over that, I'm going to go into Milky Way, just so it mutes out that shimmer a bit. If you're not able to use a liquid liner, I'll advise you to use a pen liner. This one I'm going to be using is from Huda Beauty, and any of those twist up pen liners will do. It makes you not make a mistake with your liner, and to be honest, for an everyday look you don't even need a liner, but just something to define the eyelid. You can leave it as this, or you go ahead and blend it out using the colors that we used in the crease, which I'm going to do. I just don't want that defined look, so that's why I'm blending it out. So I'm going to go into mascara, and for mascara I'm using this one from Huda Beauty. It's the Legit Lash Mascara, and to be honest, if you're a beginner and you're scared of still fixing lashes, please by all means just put mascara and be on your way. Get a good mascara, and that's really all you need. So you can see how that looks. It looks really good. I'm just going to go ahead and pop on lashes because I want to pop on lashes. If you do not want to, please do not feel pressure to do so. These lashes I'm using are the Hoodie lashes from Huda Beauty. They're so pretty and they're natural. They're like your perfect natural everyday lashes. So find your small pair of lashes and put them on. I feel like I say this in all my videos at this point, but I have a detailed lash application video on my channel. I have 2 videos, so in case lash fixing is still a problem for you, I'm sure those videos will be of help. Okay, and you see how natural that eye is, and this palette you can use it to achieve dramatic or neutral looks. That was why I created it. That was what I had in mind while I was creating it. Like, you can see how pretty that looks, and I didn't dip into any other palette. I had all the colors I needed to achieve this in my palette. So man, when I didn't know how to fix lashes, I didn't know what I was missing until I learned how to fix lashes. Like, lashes just take the look to another level. Like, excuse me, do you even, these 2 eyes, they're not mates. So if lashes is something you struggle with, practice till you can get it, except you have like a eye condition or you just really do not want to wear lashes. But if it's something you're willing to try but you're scared because you can't fix it, you have to practice. Practice will only make you perfect in fixing lashes, and you, trust me, you'll love that you learned how to fix your lashes. Like, it just takes any basic look to the next level. So next we're going into skin, and for skin you want to make sure first of all that you've had someone properly match you with your foundation, and that you know if your skin is oily or dry. If your skin is oily, go for an oil control primer. If your skin is matte, go for not matte. If your skin is dry, go for a moisturizing primer. I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip primer. This primer is really good for both oily and dry skin, in my opinion. It's a good meeting point. I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss. This primer is so sticky, like it's ready to absorb your makeup, and I love it so much. For foundation, the easiest tool you can use to blend is your beauty blender or a good full brush. Like, this tool will help you out. Don't worry about a million and one brushes, especially for your everyday makeup. Nobody has time for that. The foundation I'll be using today is my NUBAN Beauty in My Skin foundation. Behind the scene, on a daily basis, this is my absolute favorite go-to foundation. Like, it's finishing already. I use it non-stop. It really is. See, it doesn't want to come out. It really, like, it's really in my skin. Can you see? I'm actually struggling. Oh wow, I need to buy a new one. So I'm going to use this JUVIAS foundation brush. Just get any flat top brush and it should be good to go. For everyday makeup, you really don't want to be bothered about, you know, color correcting. Nobody got time for that on a daily basis. This foundation has coverage, but it still looks like there's nothing on your face. I don't know how they did it, but that is what it looks like, or that is what it is. So at this point, you want to go in with that same brush you used to define your brows, and take the concealer now to define the top part of your brows. This is really all you need in terms of defining your brows. This is really all you need. So you want to make sure you take that same small brush and bring it in. Don't worry, we'll reapply this inner corner shadow we used. Well, I just wanted to make sure everywhere was covered. You want to make sure everywhere is covered. You don't want any patchy makeup application. For concealer, I'm using this JUVIAS Base concealer. It's in the number 13, and I'm just going to put like 2 dots. I lied. But the good thing about this JUVIAS Base foundation concealer is that you see how I've applied almost all over my face, and it's still going. So I'm just blending out the other. I'm just spreading it out, not really adding more. The trick I'm going to give you to have like really super flawless blend every day is, at this stage now, I'm going with anything, your setting spray, whatever. I'm using my Gunu Effects Rose Water. I'm going to do this is just to spritz it all over my face before blending out. I'm also going to spritz some of it on my beauty blender, just to help me blend out even better. So you want to let this sit for like 1 minute, and then you start to blend it out. If you don't want to do the full like look this glam on an everyday basis, you can just pretty much just do only foundation and call it a day and be on your way. So I'm using this paper towel to take off the excess concealer. That JUVIAS Base concealer is actually a lot from one application, and that's why I love it for my everyday look. I'm almost out of that, so I need to stock up on those. So next up, I'm going to take my foundation still, and I'm going to go in and just blend this out a bit, just so that it tones it down a bit. So you can see this side kind of compared to this side. So if you're having, that's another trick I'm going to tell you about. If you're having issues with your under eye concealer being brighter than you wanted, just go ahead and do this, and you know, you'll be good to go. For setting powder, I'm using the Flawless IV one only because it's not as matte, and I like my everyday makeup to be a bit dewy. So before I put it on my face, I'm going to go ahead and tap the excess off here, just so it spreads it out evenly on the beauty blender and takes off the excess for me. Beauty blender is really your best friend when it comes to doing your everyday looks. I'm just going to go ahead and tap off the excess setting powder I may have all over my face, just to give me a base. So this one will give me even more coverage on my face. That's why I really like this step. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Bronzer only because that's the only bronzer I have around here. And please, for beginners, this is a bronzer. A bronzer is not something that has shimmer. Something like this from Beauty by AD is a highlighter, not a bronzer. So please stop making that mistake, okay? I'm using this to contour lightly and also bronze my face. With this kind of everyday looks, I'm not caring about definition. I'm caring more about the whole fresh face vibe it's going to give me, you know. That's just what I care more about than the definition. I add a bit of this to my nose as well, so I don't, like, you know, the way I normally pay attention to my nose contour, I don't do that with my everyday looks. But surely, if you want to, if you feel like this brush is too big for you, go in with a smaller brush. Next up, I'm going into the shade Umber, this one. Apply that lightly as a blush, just really lightly. I don't want it to show up too much, so you can kind of see it there compared to this side. And also on my nose. An everyday look, blush is key. Go ahead and apply mascara to my lower lash. So I want to add a bit of that Milky Way. That's that light shade, the first shade in the palette, just to highlight the inner corner a bit more. And for lips, we're still going to use the same eyebrow pencil because that's what I do, to be honest. So for my lips, I'm going in with this shade from Huda Beauty. It's called Anniversary. So this is literally it. I'm not going to add on gloss. For highlighter, I like to go in very lightly. I don't like to overpower my everyday look with highlighter. So I'm using this one from Beauty by AD. It's in the shade Shane. It's really, all the highlighters are really pigmented, to be honest, and I'm just applying the tiniest amount possible, just for that. Like, I like it to look like my skin is a bit dewy, but not like, oh, there's a highlight on your face. I don't like that look for my everyday look. So guys, that completes the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look from start to finish. Let me know down below, did you learn a thing or two? Are you going to try out something I showed in this video? Leave a comment down below. Also, if you have any more questions as regards doing your personal makeup and you feel this video didn't touch on that, please leave a comment. Do not hesitate, because I always, in caps, respond to my comments. So please leave a comment. I'll get to it as soon as I can go. And if you enjoyed and watched up until this point, I mean, it's only right that you show me love. Show your girl love. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel as well. My palette with ZKL Cosmetics is available in every ZKL outlet in Nigeria and around the continent, and it's also available online, and you can order via their Instagram at ZKL Cosmetics. I'll have it linked in the description box. Thank you so much everyone for supporting me, everyone who has bought this palette so far. I'm really grateful to each and every one of you, and I do not take you guys for granted. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to see all you lovelies in my next video. Bye. Mwah.